Good afternoon, Tampere. Good afternoon, Mindtrek. So glad to be here. Unsurprisingly, I'm going to talk about virtual reality. Our generation, based on the rough demographics that we have in the room, we have grown up with the pictures that are rectangular. So those are the images, be it mobile video, be it advertisement, be it film, that is all around us in our everyday lives. However, that is already changing. So take, for example, mobile phones and tablet. You expect that there is something beyond the frame. So take, for example, kids of today. They expect that they can swipe for more. So that transformation is already happening. And virtual reality is all about immersion. We are not living in a world that is rectangular frame. We are living in a world where reality surrounds us. Reality is immersive, it's ubiquitous, it's all around us. And virtual reality is the medium to convey that sense of reality. We have all seen virtual reality goggles, those glasses and caves and other ways how to consume virtual reality. But what would the camera look like for this type of medium, for this type of capture? Please meet Nokia OZO. Nokia OZO is the first in the world professional virtual reality camera. OZO has 8 fisheye lenses with extremely wide field of view of more than 190 degrees each and overlap of more than 100 degrees per pair for the stereo capture. Each and every of those lenses is backed up by a 2K by 2K global shutter sensor, which means that all of those pictures around the pole are exposed exactly at the same time. Virtual reality is as much about audio as it is about video, and that's why OZO has 8 integrated microphones that capture the 3D sound field around the camera. And all of that data leaves the device with a single cable carrying more than 1.5 gigabits of data per second. And the device itself weighs less than 5 kilos. And of course, I'm a little bit biased, but I think that it's absolutely beautiful. Let's look a little bit inside those key differentiators or the things that makes OZO unique. Quite often, you want to let the cables go and take, for example, your virtual reality capture to a drone flight or exploring a jungle or climbing a mountaintop. And with OZO, that is possible because there is a media cartridge that enables more than 45 minutes of untethered capture. Both the data, so there is a half a terabyte of SSD inside, and the battery. In production use, the single cable output enables something that we have grown very accustomed to when it comes to the traditional cameras, but that is truly groundbreaking for VR. You are actually able to see live what you are capturing, which is very powerful. It's almost like we are able to squeeze you inside this little ball and see what the camera sees and hear what the camera hears, which is very important for the creators of virtual reality content. As discussed earlier, there is no frame. If you are somewhere around the set, you will be visible. And quite often you are not part of the story, you are not part of the event, so being able to monitor the action from the convenient hiding place has been really, really well received by OZO users. The 8 integrated microphones enable capturing also the audio part of virtual reality, even in places where the microphones are, say, just not handy. For example, say reporting from a riot or from a war zone. So having that sound field recorded together with the images is really powerful. And that is enabled by what we in engineering have enjoyed making a lot, the fully passive cooling system. OZO has no moving parts that would, for example, disturb the microphones while recording the audio. It's all cooled passively. And last but not least, the unobtrusive, beautiful, multi-award-winning design of OZO allows placing it in places where ugly cameras would be harmful to your experience. For example, on a first row seat, it does not obstruct the view. You can place it among the people and in front of people, and it feels like home there. OZO is not only about hardware. The camera itself ships with 3 essential pieces of software. OZO Remote for the on-set usage, such as monitoring. OZO Creator for 3D stitching and interfacing the post-production workflow. And OZO Preview for sharing, be it a daily or a version closer to the final product, with the rest of the production team, because each and every film, be it a short, be it a commercial, be it a feature, it's a team effort. So it's essential to be also able to share the footage. What's truly exciting is that what else you can do having a device like this. Just this autumn, we launched OZO Live, now available worldwide, as is the camera, which is the broadcasting solution for virtual reality. Having the broadcast quality, the integration to the existing workflows and infrastructure for the live broadcasting, and the really production-grade quality and reliability that is fit for even the most important live events ever imaginable. Being a technology creator and a product maker, such as, well, myself, it comes with one very unique perk, which is to get to see all of the exciting ways and use cases, how the creative people are doing VR today, pushing the boundaries and making new things that we didn't think were even possible when we made the product and the technology. And I want to share just some of those with you. Explorers have taken OZO to meet the Arctic creatures, to the savannas of Africa, and even climbed Mount Everest with it, which is truly exciting because many of those places are such that most of us will never visit those in real life. In virtual reality we can. The unique emotional power of the virtual reality experience is something that the documentarists have used, for example, to convey the stories and distress, for example, from the refugee camps, bringing the attention and also the awareness of people who, well, most likely will never see that in real life in a way that only virtual reality can convey. And educators, for example, here recording from the best lectures at the Harvard University, as experienced from the front seat in the one of the largest auditoriums in the world, those lectures to all of the students who just want to take a part and join worldwide from anywhere. By the way, those are available for free and definitely worth checking out if you are into computer sciences. Not to forget entertainment. Entertainers have done some truly, truly awesome virtual reality pieces, including taking the viewers to the red carpet at Hollywood with the A-list stars there, riding a friendly dragon from Disney's Pete's Dragon over the beautiful landscape, airborne, so that's a magnificent experience, or joining a block party together with your favorite band. Speaking of which, OneRepublic launched their latest album, Oh My My, just a couple of weeks ago, together with a virtual reality experience in partnership with Universal Music Group and Interscope Records. And I actually want to take you to a short 1-minute journey behind the scenes when it comes to making that virtual reality experience for the music video for kids.
1, 2, 3.
We wanted to do something that was more immersive than just a music video, than just watching YouTube. We're kind of geeks for this VR technology because it transports you to another world. Your entire body dives in and you believe what you're seeing and you're hearing.
So OZO is really easy to use and rig. It has globally synced shutters, which makes the production a lot easier.
This cartridge back here is both the battery and the media storage. Right now we're just going to finalize some settings for exposure before we go out and do another pass.
It has global exposure setting. It captures spatial audio. It has not just 8 cameras, but it has 8 microphones. for the viewer, it's a very different experience, and it's going to be not just 360, but it's also going to be 3D. It will give them a real feeling of being there.
We've always wanted to host our own kind of street party experience, and this was the song to do it. Kids isn't just about being a kid, it's about embracing your youth, but don't live in the past. Just get a headset, watch this on VR because it will rock your world, it'll absolutely change your life.
And you actually should. It's a really good music video. I think actually one of the best musical VR experiences out there right now, downloadable for the major VR platforms and also viewable without a headset, just there on a web browser. That is at onerepublic.com. That is about today. What about the future? One of the very core promises of virtual reality is that we are, especially when it comes to the live action capture for virtual reality consumption, is that we are really dealing with the first functional prototype of a teleportation device. We are able to take the mind of the viewer and instantaneously put it to another place in the universe. Petteri Järvinen mentioned some of the computing features being magical. I think this is magical. And especially combined with the other key characteristic of VR is that it's also a working time machine. You can go to an event in the past, and sometimes, depending on the storyline, even in the future, these two really defy certain boundaries of reality. Let's take, for example, your favorite band playing the best gig of the year. They can deal out a couple of backstage passes with all access to get the fans with them on the stage, but they can't transport thousands of people there. That is physical impossibility. There is no room on the stage for all of them. And this is exactly what virtual reality enables. Red Hot Chili Peppers did that in Berlin, transporting 500,000 of their fans together with them on a gig, and that is truly magical. So VR is the future, and that future is now. And these are just scratching the surface on the vast possibilities when it comes to the VR use cases. Our mission at Nokia is to provide great tools to the most brilliant creative people on the planet, empowering them to realize their virtual reality vision and enable the fully immersive, captivating VR experiences for absolutely all of us. We are pioneers on that journey, and we invite all of you to join us and to make some truly great VR. And I'd like to end with a couple of words from José Morroix, a director of, or the director of the Argus file, which was just recently at the Proto Awards 2016 awarded the prize of the best live-action virtual reality experience. Let's hear from José.
It's the amazing feeling of waking in the morning and being like, I just had an idea and nobody has ever done this before. That doesn't happen in film, doesn't happen in TV. So be brave. Don't try to do what it's done already. Don't try to think small. Don't try to just not move the camera. Just be safe. Just focus on the stitching. I'd rather watch a movie with terrible stitching, but it's using the medium, it's using the environment, it's using the energy. I'd rather have that than have a really, really, really boring, beautiful piece. That's not why we're here. If you like VR, it's because you are a pioneer. Because you think there's something that hasn't been done before. So, go for it.
Thank you. There is time for some questions, so if you have any, now is the perfect time. 40K or the equivalent in the local currency available worldwide. Oso Live is priced separately, and there are some introductory campaigns going on for Oso Live if live broadcasting is your thing. Also, many of the rental houses, both in US, Europe, and for example in China, offer Oso for rental, because quite many productions, they do not buy all of their gear if you need it for one thing, so then sometimes rental is the best option. In Finland, there have been some productions. We actually did the very first production, which was My Shelter, directed by Sam Schingler, produced by Tero Tamminen, here in Finland, together with Ringa Manner from The Hearing, also a music piece. That was beautiful. There are also some ongoing productions. Unfortunately, as we do not know the rights, I'm not able to speak about them yet. But there is some good stuff coming from Finland as well. Pardon? We have right now in limited availability, going for general availability very, very soon, also the Oso Play Sdk. Because we felt that first of all, we want to make it super easy for the developers to incorporate the 3D 360 video and audio experience, including live. And secondly, because the true magic of VR, besides being a working teleportation device and a space machine, is really about the interactivity. So each and every of these viewing devices, be it based on a mobile phone or a gaming PC or game console tethered with a headset, so they are fully functional, both computation platforms and also very powerful CG machines. So interactive elements and what the developers can add to the 3D 360 video and audio. So that is absolutely one of the most exciting prospects of VR. So think about, for example, the social integration. So beyond just what we have seen today, but the fully new patterns. So that is all about software development. And so is also, for example, making those experiences more than what they are just when it comes to video and audio. So take, for example, live sports. Stats are, of course, the core of it. So when, for example, the football broadcasting was tested, so of course the key critical element of that was how to superimpose the stats in a way meaningful for the virtual reality experience. And what we have to offer is, of course, the Oso Play Sdk for the, say, both kickstarting and also building from there. And then the rest is, of course, up to your imagination. Of course, we are in a commercial business, so as a part of a publicly traded company, we never report on the per region or per product revenue, so those are the rules. But yes, we are of course in commercial business with Oso, available as said worldwide, both when it comes to the camera itself and also recently the Oso Live broadcasting solution. That's an excellent question, because I don't think that we have yet reached the fidelity that would be just flawless. So I think that the, say, upper tier, so when we are really pushing the boundaries and making VR even more real, right now you can trick your brain into believing that I'm at someplace else, but there is still room for improvement, be it with the goggles, what is the resolution, how heavy they are, how convenient they are to use, and the same of course translates to capture, delivery, so all of the pieces in the technology puzzle. So I think that we are going to see both in the future. So both pushing the boundaries when it comes to the pursuit for the perfect picture and the highest fidelity, and also more and more democratization, of which we already saw, for example, with Google Cardboard. So you can actually package a little bit rudimentary, but still a VR experience together with a serial box. So for any Android user with a phone that meets the spec. So I think that both will happen. So it will be super exciting years to come for VR. And surprisingly much of that is happening already now. Any final question? In that case, thank you, Mindtrek. Enjoy the party, enjoy the rest of conference, and thank you so much for having me. Thanks, bye.
Thank you, Vesa Rantanen. Thank you.